So this past Monday Night Raw, Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso has just declared who he will be facing at the main event of WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. And the person that he has picked is the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Now, I made a video earlier saying that Jey Uso should win against Gunther back at Saturday night's main event. And that didn't happen. And now we are getting the rematch at WrestleMania, which, of course, I will be picking Jey Uso as the person I want to win. However, I don't like where this is heading. I do not like how this has been set up. I do not like how this is all led to just, hey, Jey Uso is going to fight Gunther for the Intercontinental title in the past, then lose. Jey Uso is going to fight Gunther for a second time, this time for the King of the Ring spot, and lose again. Third time, he's going to go against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion at Saturday night's main event and lose. But now, in this fourth match, we're going to see Jey Uso go against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion. And that doesn't sit right with me because I felt like they should have struck the iron back at Saturday night's main event. To me, this is just setting up for the fact that, oh yes, a guy that Gunther beat 3 times is now going to lose to him for a 4th time. I can't see this panning out too well for it being a regular one-on-one match. There's got to be some stipulation or something to spice it up, because what can you do to build this story? Like, what is there to do? The story here is just Jey saying, I can beat him, I can beat him, I know I can beat him. Remember, they did this same exact story with Chad Gable. Only it made more sense with Chad Gable because Chad Gable beat Gunther in a 5-minute challenge, then beat Gunther via countout in a one-on-one match the very same night on that particular Raw. That was a good story between Chad Gable and Gunther, only it got kiboshed once they inserted Sami Zayn into the mix. Yeah, I bet that was a part of the plan from Triple H altogether. Like, this whole Jey Uso and Gunther thing, it doesn't feel like it's part of Triple H's plan. It doesn't feel like it. And I'm saying this because Triple H once said, hey, we have plans for WrestleMania 41 going back last year. I refuse to believe that this match was planned a year in advance. Like, because you got weeks and months to build upon, and what are you going to do? Are you going to put them in tag matches, which that's only going to stick for like 2 weeks? What are you going to do? Put them in constant pull-apart brawls, face-to-face encounters, contract signings, the same old bullshit that WWE puts out in these storylines nowadays? I get it. This is for Jey Uso to finally get his moment, but you should have done it back at Saturday night's main event. That's just me, because then, from what I just said in my Saturday night's main event Jey Uso winning video, you could have transitioned it to Jey Uso having a match to potentially with Sami Zayn, to potentially with Kevin Owens, to potentially even with a CM Punk, give or take, right? Or, better yet, could have had a match with Roman Reigns and would have made things a lot more interesting. You know what I'm saying? But this match, I just don't know, because wasn't Gunther supposed to be facing Goldberg? Like, what the fuck is up with Goldberg now? Because Goldberg announced earlier this year that this will be his last year, and they were teasing us with a little Gunther versus Goldberg match, which I assume would have been at WrestleMania. This doesn't sit well for me. This doesn't sit well because what is there left to squeeze out of the juice of this story? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to be nothing but filler, useless filler, and Gunther's not going to be able to defend his title up until WrestleMania because they want to push this story of Jey Uso can beat Gunther. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, yes, this will be... Hey, I'll give it credit. The fans reacted to when Jey Uso said he challenged Gunther for WrestleMania. They reacted to it very positively. So while in terms of the live audience, they might be into it as a television viewer, myself, I don't like it. It's going to be a fucking drag coming from here to WrestleMania. And no doubt the match is going to be good. It's just the build to this is not going to be good. Mark my words. I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular. I don't think the only thing that would make this spectacular is if by some, like, just like how Sami Zayn got inserted into like the Gunther Chad Gable drama, somebody else has got to get inserted into this drama. Like, please, somebody's got to get inserted into this match. Or something has to happen to Gunther where the title changes hands, and like next thing you know, we got Jey Uso versus somebody else that we did not see coming. Like, remember 2001? Kurt Angle was the WWF champion at the time, and he had a match with The Rock at No Way Out. Meanwhile, Stone Cold won the Royal Rumble in 2001, and it made it seem like it was going to be Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 17. But then, what happened? No Way Out happened. The Rock faced Kurt Angle for the WWF title. The Rock won. And we got our epic Rock versus Stone Cold match at WrestleMania 17, which was declared one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. When is something like that going to happen in this era of wrestling? I think the honest answer is going to be no, and we're just going to have to deal with this slow burn story. So that's something I'm just not looking forward to. But all in all, I already know Jey Uso is going to win. This is his moment, and if they have Gunther beat Jey Uso at WrestleMania, it would be one of the stupidest decisions of all time. But then again, this is coming from a company that has made plenty of stupid decisions, even under the regime of Triple H and Endeavor. So deal with that if you will.